everyone. I thought today that I would read you The Everywhere Bear. This is Everywhere Bear, and some of you children are familiar with Everywhere Bear because he's been at nursery and he's been home with some of you children. The Everywhere Bear by Julia Donaldson. With her blue pointy shoes and her hair in a bun, Mrs. McAllister teaches class 1. That's Ollie and Holly and Josie and Jay, Leo and Theo and April and May, Billy and Lily and Little Lee Woo, Daisy and Maisie and Matt, who is new, Hannah Hazala, Callum and Claire, Kevin and Bev, and the Everywhere Bear. There's the Everywhere Bear. The Everywhere Bear has a home on a shelf, but he doesn't spend very much time by himself, for each boy and girl in the class is his friend, and he goes home with one of them every weekend. On Mondays they carry him back to class 1 and tell all the others the things that he's done. He has bus rides with April, a horse rides with May, he eats burgers with Billy and jelly with Jay. With Little Lee Woo, he's a pirate, and with Kevin, he's a king, and Callum and Claire push him high on the swing. He bounces with Bev and does handstands with Holly. He plays football with Maisie and Ollie. He always makes dens when he goes home with Daisy. At Lily's, they let him be lovely and lazy. With Leo and Theo, he tinkles a tune. With Hannah Hazala, he goes to the moon. With Josie, he whizzes about in a chair. No wonder they call him the Everywhere Bear. One rainy Monday, the new boy called Matt was splashing to school when he spotted a cat. And when he bent over to give it a cuddle, the Everywhere Bear tumbled into a puddle. Just round the corner, a driver called Pete sat in a van painting stripes on the street. Matt got to school and sat down on his chair. He opened his bag and the bear wasn't there. Nobody knew that poor little fellow, just like the street, had been painted bright yellow. Nobody saw when a river of rain washed him and whooshed him head first down the drain. Oh no. And no one was there when the bear with a stripe, dirty and dizzy, splashed out of the pipe. Splash! The water was wild and the weather was wet. When Jim, Jeff and Jonathan hauled in their nets, waves rocked the boat and the storm filled the air. None of them noticed the Everywhere Bear. But there he is. He's yellow, like they've got yellow coats on. Back in the harbour, Mohammed Hussein lifted the fish off the boat with a crane. "Give me 2 boxes," said old Mrs. Bishop, and she cheerfully wheeled them away to her fish shop. She started unpacking, then muttered, "That's odd. There's a bear wrapped in a seaweed between these 2 cod." Out of the fish shop and onto a skip, into a lorry and off to the tip. Uh-oh. We know what happens to things at the tip. "Aha!" squawked the seagull called Solomon Shriek. "I smell fish," as he picked up the bear in his beak. They flew over the treetops and over the town, and the bear saw his school, but he didn't want to look down. Then Solomon perched on the roof of a shop. "This isn't a fish," she said, and he let the bear dropped down, down, down. Then a very kind lady called Bethany Burke picked the bear up on her way into work. Each Friday morning, Class 1 pays a visit to one of their favourite places. Where is it? Where do you think it is? It's the library. The library. Joe finds a book about stars and Josie finds one about buses and cars. Billy likes aliens and Lily likes lizards. Hannah Hazala is keener on wizards. Finally, everyone's chosen a book. They queue at the counter. Then Matt cries out, "Look! April and May," and the others say, "Where?" "Behind you. He's there." "It's the Everywhere Bear." Then they carry him home, back to Class 1. Say, "Where have you been, Bear? And what have you done?" The bear never talks, but he smiles to himself, and he thinks as he settles back down on the shelf. "I've been in a puddle, I've been down a drain, I've been in a boat, and I've been in a crane. I've been in a shop, and I've been on a skip. I've been on a lorry, and I've been on a tip. I've been in a beak, and I've been in the air. No wonder they call me the Everywhere Bear." And look, Bethany Burke is putting, the teacher actually, it's not Bethany Burke, the teacher's putting him into the washing machine, so maybe to get that yellow stripe off his belly. And some of you children have taken Everywhere Bear home, and then some of you are still going to take him home. Okay, that is the end.